What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD. I got my co-hosts in the building, Jules and Steve Raw, and
What's
our
going on?
special guest, T Swan. How's
Hey,
everybody doing?
Living
wonderful.
dream. Living dream.
Yeah, boy.
They
We
say ski.
Turn up. Let's turn up,
we
fellas.
Press the goddamn button.
It's press. We live, baby. Hey, so we here to preview the Texans versus Falcons game. We still celebrating that ass whooping we gave the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. CJ Stroud is asserting himself. We get some much valued returns back to the team after injury, especially coming off of IR. You know, there's a lot of things going on, man. We finally got a quarterback that the media loves CJ. So
Right.
you know, he been on a media tour. That's all they can talk about. It's CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud. But what are y'all thoughts, previewing the game, preliminary thoughts about the game? Y'all ready for Sunday?
Yeah, I just want to say something because I know somebody said during the off season they didn't want to see Jay to speak because he can't speak. But now
Hey.
everybody word wanting to speak. So
Hey.
I don't think he can speak well enough. But somebody
Hey.
on here hating about he can't talk right. He might be
I
a
don't want to
pro.
hear from him. I just want him on the field. Shut up, play football.
But he gonna put on the title. Everybody loves
Look, but
CJ.
he got natural charisma. He really does. He draws you in.
back
But
AD, man.
hey,
I'm
Jules,
just
the
saying.
same guy that said Tank couldn't get more than 300 yards this year.
Ain't got there yet, has he?
Oh, he 267. He got more. He got more than Zay Flowers do.
We were just starting them out slow. Yep.
He got more. He got more yards and more catches and less attempts than Zay Flowers.
They don't know how to use their powers over there,
But
Baltimore,
we
man.
ain't, we don't care how to use them. We going with stacks. We going with black and white. I
I'm
don't
just
care.
saying.
I don't care.
Y'all watch your mouth with that Zay Flowers, man.
No, but back on real subject. I mean, we love him right now. I mean, I'm right now. I told you, I'm still humble. I'm not gonna go way too far. He was my number one pick. He still got to learn. He still got to go to discussion. He still go the whole season,
Right.
and he needs to have a back. He not to have a bad. I don't want to have a bad game, but I want to learn from a bad situation so he can keep getting better and better.
Didn't he learn that week one?
Yeah, that was week 1, man.
Nah. Not when
No.
you feel
Okay. His thing is, I
when you
think
feeling
he's gonna hit.
yourself.
No,
Wow, but
he's gonna hit. And I know me and Chris talked about this.
mhm.
I think he will hit a rookie wall. I don't think it'll be one of those where it stalls, but I think he will hit and then he will adjust. So I think it'll be like a 2-game kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I want to
Right.
see him
What
adjust
I'm
to.
saying is, I understand what you're saying about struggle, but I don't think it's gonna happen naturally because each week a DC is getting film on him.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure, other than the Georgia game, because most folks thought it was an outlier, went and looked at his. I know you kept telling me. You told me not to do the Bryce thing. You told me you was day one. You told me it was CJ. I didn't. I didn't believe you. I was wrong. Y'all got it recorded. Swan admits she was wrong. You probably won't get another one like that for 10 years. So enjoy.
No, we know we get things wrong here. Now.
Oh no,
That's
see,
fine.
I
That's
don't
fine,
mind
like
saying I'm wrong. I'll say that
Who's
because
on
my
wheel?
team winning. No, but I'm saying is that I think DCs were listening to the media, the so-called S2 score that he couldn't process fast enough because some of us fell for it.
Right.
And then you're looking at his tape. Well, he had, top 10, top 5 wide receivers. So this is why he was what he was. And then you're like, okay, yeah, that was the Jags, which has been touted to be one of those contenders. But you had a defensive line. You had defensive player of the year, and you had Highsmith with TJ,
Mhm.
and you didn't give up one sack. And this is the thing that I hear from all the spaces and comments. Folks say we lying about our guys being hurt and
Oh,
everything.
what?
Because how in the heck are y'all doing this with third string guys? And y'all didn't get 2 sacks off of 2 teams that are supposed to have D lines. So now I think defenses have to readjust that, okay, you know what? This is a dog and he's elevating folks. So we got to figure out how to throw some stuff at him to slow him down. I can't touch his accuracy. I can't touch his placement because that's what made him what he was, being considered pro ready. but maybe I give him some different looks and make him freeze just a little bit.
Right.
Make a mistake. And I think it will happen, but I don't think it's going to happen right now.
Go ahead, Chris. I mean, I got something to say about a Houston radio station host on the live. So I'm gonna let y'all talk about if I go about him about this tonsil and Titus situation. But y'all go ahead.
Hi, Brandon.
What's up,
Hey,
Brandon?
what's up, y'all? What's up?
And another Bryce guy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily think he's gonna hit a wall.
Mhm.
I think he's so prepared in his mind to prepare for that wall
Right.
that when the wall comes, he's gonna run the wall over.
Right.
I don't think that he's that weak minded of a guy to hit the wall and stop moving. Some guys hit that wall and they act like they've never seen a wall before.
Right.
And just the way that he talks about getting better and fixing the things that went wrong and not doing something twice that he did wrong, doing it again. I don't think that he's going to hit that wall and you're going to see that he hit the wall. He's going to hit the wall,
correct,
and then he's going to go past that wall, and we're not even going to really notice the wall. My thing about it is, I think a lot of people are owed some credit for the way that we lost all of those offensive linemen and still only had 0 sacks in the last 2 games. The first one is Bobby Slowick. I think he schemed up such a hell of an offensive scheme.
Mhm.
They blocked T.J. Watt every which way but loose last week. The Steelers got what they deserved, and they traveled real good. Shout out to all the Steelers fans, man. You guys came down here and talked y'all shit. There wasn't no fights. Wasn't nothing disrespectful. Just good hometown trash talking. And we sent y'all home the right way with that L.
Right.
But as far as protecting CJ, it was a masterpiece of a design of play scheming, and it started up front. It started with the tackles. It started with the tight ends, and it started with the wide receivers. It was amazing to see those guys work together. They did it as a group, and to get third stringers in there to block this defensive line, I think was another credit needs to be given to our offensive line coach.
Right.
His mind always slips. His name always slips
Strauss.
my mind.
Strauss.
Chris Strauss.
Some German
Yeah,
name.
he
He
deserves
comes from the Colts.
he
does.
deserves a lot of credit. A lot of credit.
I put in my truck when I drove back down to Houston.
Right. And on top, thank you, Jules, for
Thank
bringing
you,
him back
Jules.
home. We appreciate that, baby.
Need the snow
Another
bubbles there?
thing, Brown Chubby Bear says DCs are trying to figure how to disguise coverages better, but
Right.
that will only make him better because he will learn from it.
Right.
Correct.
That's
So
true.
his thing is
True.
Hold on, and let me finish this out. Let me land this here real quick. I think that somebody else who needs to have some credit is our general manager, man. We could have been sitting still. We could have just sat still where we was at and had some trash players being put in there to play in second string work for these guys. But no, he went out and got a Josh Jones. He went out and got a Kendrick Green. He went out and got these guys to fill in these holes. And it worked. And it got us to where we are now. And now we're going to be able to come back with our stronger O-line. I think a lot of those guys deserve credit. I'm not talking shit yet. I don't want to talk shit until we win this game here.
Right.
And until we win the New Orleans game. Once we win these next 2 games, then you're gonna hear some shit talking from that boy C. Roy, man.
Well, you gave everybody credit, but I'm gonna give one more position group credit. I'm gonna give the wide receivers credit because they catching the ball.
Yes.
I mean, when they can catch, we're natural catchers.
Yes.
You limit the pass rush because they're gonna get open. And we ain't seen that in maybe like 4 or 5 years. Even when Deshaun Watson here, we really didn't see receivers being thrown open as a route progressive and the whole system of the offense. But we're gonna let Brandon talk right quick. Go ahead, Brandon.
Oh, I just wanted to say
Mike
real
G,
quick.
what's up, Mike
There
G?
was a report that just came out about 30 minutes ago. The CBS Sports reported that Jamar Chase requested a trade after getting into it with Zach Taylor, the head coach.
Whoa!
That was reported 2 days ago.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I didn't see it today. I just seen it right now, but yeah.
Well, I think it was reported by somebody in the Bengals like podcast situation, but no, it wasn't verified until probably a couple hours ago.
Oh, that must have been when he made that comment that he's open and folks want to say that he was talking about Burrow, but it wasn't Burrow he was talking about. It's Zach, because he's like, okay, y'all ain't scheming to adjust to his injury.
Right.
Speaking of scheming, my comment about see the way we've been adjusting, I think it's D'Amico and Bobby Slowick have learned the ways of game planning and scheming week to week. As you see, the game plan changes week to week. So the fact that teams are getting tape on CJ is cool, but the fact is that Bobby Slowick and D'Amico Ryans are week to week game planners, so they changing the scheme every week. So you may see something in week one, but Bobby Slowick is going to disguise it in a way where it looks totally different, but it's the same concept and the same the same type of play, but the lineman is different. There's a lot of motion, a lot of confusion. So shout out to Bobby Slowick and D'Amico Ryans for making it easy on CJ to take advantage of defenses week to week.
But you saw that with Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan.
Exactly.
You can't tell me Brock Purdy is so excellent. He can do everything so well and be an outstanding quarterback. The system and allowing him to work with the system and work against defenses is why Brock Purdy is still untouchable at this point.
Right, but he's at his thing. This offense required, which Jimmy G was not, and that's what the Shanahan offense is being accurate. If you are accurate and what sets CJ apart from to me, Brock Purdy and everybody else is he has excellent ball placement,
right?
And he does it so effortlessly. He's got a big arm. We just haven't seen him have to do it yet, but he can. We saw him do it in the Jazz game. He did it wasn't Tank catching no 5-yard out and then taking it to the house. He caught that sucker on the 2-yard line, basically. Right. So he's got the arm.
Mm-hmm.
I just love
I
love the fact that Bobby Slowick has put his own tweak on his offense. It's not trying to run exactly the Shanahan offense because we don't have a Ayuk, we don't have a Debo, we don't have a CMC. Then you got McDaniel.
Yeah, we don't have that tight end.
No, what I'm saying is, and that's okay because most teams don't have that. Let's just
they don't have a CMC.
Right. And then you go to the Dolphins with McDaniel. Okay, we don't have a Waddle and a Tyreek and an A-Chain. I had to throw that in there just to. I had to throw that in there.
I wish we had an A-Chain right now.
Yeah.
I think. But
what I'm saying is that
each
guy has learned from Shanahan and added their own twist to it based on the personnel you have, and that's the one thing we have screamed about for almost 10 years. I mean, about 8-9 years or whatever is your players versus trying to make them fit your offense.
Oh, Jesus, Bill O'Brien. Thank God.
And so that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm loving about it.
We're week by week team, baby.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I love watching this because now, kind of like when you look at the San Francisco offense, you know who the stars are, but you know any one of those guys are going to go off. I like seeing week to week each of our guys going off because it doesn't mean you can't double team because you don't know who the true quote unquote number one is. We got mad because we don't have one, but I kind of like it.
I ain't mad no more. I ain't not. Y'all know my issue is wide receiver is not an issue for me right now.
I know you want your D tackle.
Here we go. Say VT online. Shout out VT in the Texas Fan Battle. Our line has been good, but CJ makes him look good because he gets the ball out quick, particularly when he's blitzed. That's also why he hasn't been able to take as many deep shots.
But the other thing, VT, is this. The quarterback, because he's a rookie, he's never played NFL games before, has to feel comfortable back there. And some of us have been day one Texans fans. We remember the David Carr days when you had a bad O-line and the dude got shell shot and it ruined him.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real. Also, David Carr wasn't that great of a quarterback.
Right, but I'm
Right.
saying
It just
we had to
it
debate on here when we
I
found
know.
out that Tunsil, when Titus went down, and then Tunsil, what the fuck? Some folks say, not all of us, we can't play CJ. Let's put.
Yeah, that
Davis
was crazy. I didn't understand that.
I ain't
What I'm saying is,
understand
we
that.
freaked out because we thought we can't do him like David Carr.
Who is we?
I don't know who. I don't know.
I'm not gonna mention no names. This is a recorded space. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Keep it
Hey,
anonymous.
but
Hey, Mike,
no.
Mike, you got any suggestions or any thoughts you want about the game or last game or the game coming up?
Got any thoughts about the last game or this game?
Yeah. Preliminary thoughts about this game.
I mean, last game was awesome. More of the same. This upcoming game, I mean, like it's not so much about the X's and O's of the game. Why are we underdogs? What is going on here?
Because they're a home team.
A 2-point underdog. We have beat the crap out of the Jags, beat the crap out of the Steelers, making them look like XFL teams. And we're still underdogs against Atlanta. I understand if it's the Chiefs. I understand if it's the Bills. Atlanta?
Well, you know, it's always that.
We got to earn it. We got. What did D'Amico say?
I know Bijan's going to have a pretty good game, but they don't have anything else. And to the extent they do have Drake London and Kyle Pitts, they don't know how to utilize them.
Who? Hold on. Who? Kyle Pitts who?
All I know is
Kyle Pitts. He got a quarterback.
Hey,
I haven't seen Kyle Pitts in 3 years.
We've been saying it for a hot minute. They have Black Davis Mills at quarterback.
Hey, let me say this.
I know we hit the stage.
No, they got worse than Davis Mills at quarterback.
Hold on. Let me say this. There's a video clip going around about Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
Pitts, he cannot separate. He cannot run routes cleanly. Kyle Pitts is struggling.
I don't think he can't. I think he does. It goes back to the Amari Cooper type guys. If they aren't getting the ball, they get lazy because they check out. Some guys are that way. I hate it, but I think he's one of them.
But also,
I think we've hit a stage in our maturity as a team to start beginning to trust our secondary versus anybody. I think we're getting to that point where we can say, I trust our secondary against no matter who we play.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually, that'll be the same we can say with our D-line, but not just yet.
I don't trust it. Not
right, we don't really trust it yet.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
So
you call me a homer all you want. I'm sorry.
You want to know who I do trust?
Angry.
I trust Titus and Tunsil.
I trust D'Amico. I trust D'Amico the game play. Did y'all see last game at the beginning of the game? I think there was a play. It was like a third down play. It was early on in the game. And we usually run zone in this situation. And we did run a zone. And they snapped the ball. The quarterback, whatever his name, Kenny Two Gloves, he looked to the left, was going to turn around and throw a little hitch, a little 5-10 yard hitch. But Jalen Petrie turned around. He was in the box. He turned and ran right to the spot underneath the hitch route, underneath the comeback route. And Kenny Two Gloves had to pull the ball down. And I don't know if he got a sack or if he just threw it somewhere else, but you can see that D'Amico was game planning. You can see that he not only was just doing – because before, when we was watching Lovey call his bullshit, he was running to Tampa too, and that was it. There was no blitzing. There was no dropping into coverage. And just to see that from D'Amico is inspiring to watch football, man. It's football people that like watching football.
But Najee got a couple of runs off, and had that been Bijan, those would have been to the house. And that's what I'm saying. That's the only difference is that you can't miss tackles with that hand.
Henry tore. And Denzel broke hand, Denzel Perryman. Club hand, Denzel Perryman.
Oh, yeah, Denzel is back.
Yeah, I need y'all to wrap up.
Yes.
And make sure you make the tackle. I understand it's a swarming defense, and if you there, the defense is gonna follow behind you. But I need y'all to practice that in practice. I hope D'Amico emphasize that. But
Because
you
his
know,
vision is good.
But
Okay,
the
he
way,
hits holes.
but the way I see it, I think their safety is going to be a little more in. I think they're going to trust their corners against London and everybody else, and they might put both their safeties or at least one safety
it's
in
gonna
the
be a
box
lot of
more.
it's
Right,
gonna be a lot of single high
right,
safety
because
coverage.
I think D'Amico gonna make Rita beat him, and I don't
Yeah,
think.
you have to. You have to load the box and say, "We know you're gonna run the ball. Desmond Ridder beat us," and that's not gonna happen.
Not with Angry Man.
No.
Nelson out there.
Oh no. Oh no. They go into the house with him.
Like we know Bijan's a great running back. Like he's almost as good as Achan.
Almost.
No.
Almost.
He's better than AJ. Okay. Because
Dirty
that's a
work right
gadget.
there,
That's a
Mike.
gadget running back there.
That's a dirty
Hey,
work.
so
No.
here's my question. Before we go to, I heard the show on 16
Right.
Radio talk about why he didn't want Howard in left guard if that was the only chance because you pay him a right tackle. Here's my question, to everybody here: Who are they? Who's Atlanta's edge rusher?
Great question that can be unanswered.
Okay, so who are they D tackles?
Campbell, Grady.
Right, and they up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
What's the guy we wanted a long time from the Saints? AD.
Ayamana.
Ayamada.
So
Ayamama.
their defense is set up for the interior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So why would you not want your? I know Howard struggled a bit, but if he's your best old lineman to play guard when Jones is not going to be there, it just makes sense. And he went on this tangent that he couldn't he didn't like it, he hated it, and he couldn't make sense. Now if their edge rushers were something to worry about, you put Howard on the outside and you say, hey, do what you gotta do. But when you have dominating the D tackles in the 3-4,
I'm looking at it.
You got to
protect
it
right now.
I'm like,
it right now. Is
they got
Bud
Dupree.
Grady, Jarrett.
Right. So they ain't got
Grady Jarrett is inside.
Yeah, he's inside,
right,
but that's the biggest name.
But I don't think Howard cares now. He got his money. That was the biggest thing, was how is he going to be paid? And I think all of them care about protecting CJ.
You're right. But see, my point was he couldn't get past it. And I want to talk to him, hey, this is football 101. If you got dominant D tackles and your edge rushers not pass, you protect the front. And that's why Howard has to go there. Now, if Jones playing, is a different story. But if Jones is out, he can't play, you got to put Howard there.
Yeah, I think so. This is the thing. Somebody brought it up on the space earlier about why we playing tight, and I think they took that from 6'10" because they were making that statement saying that Titus, when he played guard, he played pretty bad. And was specifically left guard, he played pretty bad. And my question is, okay, Fan has been more than serviceable these first 4 games. Why would you move Fant and put Titus back there and then say, okay, we just gonna plop Dieter or a rookie broker out there and just hope for the best at left guard when we've been, clamoring about the left guard position? Kendrick Green, we were all nervous as hell when they had to put Kendrick Green when Josh Jones first got hurt.
Right.
And Tunsil got hurt, and we had to put Kendrick Green at left guard. Everybody was nervous as hell. Thank God he played pretty damn well. So my thing is, at this point in time, you play all your best linemen, and I think in a couple of weeks you're gonna have Juice Scruggs back, and you're gonna have a good problem. You're gonna have a good problem to have when Jones and Scruggs come back. Now you got 7 offensive linemen, 8 really offensive linemen that you can just say, okay, somebody get hurt, plop him in. They've had time together, and it's not going to be an issue. So, shout out to Nick. This second shout out for Nick Caserio. Y'all need to mark it down on this episode. And Nick Caserio get 2 shout outs.
When they play the Saints, you kick Howard back out because nobody worry about the Saints D tackles because Cam Jordan ain't there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just football 101.
Cam Jordan is hurt, right?
Yeah, he's hurt. It's just football 101. You got to understand who you playing against, what's your strength, and what you got to deal with. In a perfect world, nobody wants Howard at left guard or right guard. You want him as right tackle. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest because I didn't understand this situation.
Yeah, but
someone on the radio who's paid to talk about sports can't fucking get it.
You're muted, Mike. You
My bad.
muted.
I'm not that concerned about the alignment since we paid him when we got that over with.
Correct. He got paid because he's a team player.
It's not his best spot, obviously, but it is our weakest spot right now. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we're still able to take advantage of that Bill O'Brien mistake and slot him in there at left guard.
Right.
Going back to the Falcons pass rush, it's a small sample size of 4 games, but the Falcons have 5 sacks on the season, which is second fewest in the league. To put that number into perspective, we have 4 teams with 16 sacks.
Right.
So
So they run
not
3-4.
a big concern this week.
Right. Nobody worry about them. Nobody worry come off the edge.
Now they
Those
do
backs-
have some good solid one-on-one corners.
Right. With
Yeah.
AJ Terry.
Yeah,
AJ Terrell, yeah.
Terrell.
and
I
And Jesse
think
Bates back there, but
yeah, this is the game. This is the game where I think Tank Bell will have a big game because if you put Tank out there in the slot, even Robert Woods, whoever is in the slot is gonna eat because their linebackers are doo-doo.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who Nate Landman and Caden Ellis is. I ain't know this.
Caden Ellis.
They got
brought
Jeff
him from the
Oduka too,
Saints.
right?
He's like
yeah.
a pass rush kind of specialist. He's decent in that role, but Nate Landman, honestly, like I did throughout the offseason, I did game-by-game predictions for several teams, including the Falcons. I don't remember him at all. And I was analyzing all their teams' depth charts. I don't remember Landman at all. So I don't know who he is, where he came from, but
Mike, I had to go on ourlands.com to find out who owned a lot of the Falcons defensive edge rushers. I didn't know who they were.
I liked Ebiketie, the second-year edge rusher at Penn State, but he hasn't really done that much yet. And yeah, Landman, second-year guy at Colorado. I do not know anything about him.
I think Mechie might have 7 catches this year. This game.
You say Mitchie?
Mechie. If they put him in the slide or inside, I think he can kill it.
I just hope him and Will Anderson ain't depressed on Sunday. After Alabama loses to A&M, so I just had to throw that in there real quick.
Well, if they do, they're gonna
woke up and chose violence, huh? Damn well they're gonna come away with some last-second play to beat A&M again.
They hope, but it is what it is. Derek said maybe a breakout game for Schultz.
I don't see
it. I think maybe more Brevin Jordan than Schultz.
I like the fact that Bobby Slowick doesn't focus on just one player. Like he's not just each game. There could be somebody new that he goes to and he reads it open and he kind of schemes it open. It might be one of the weeks where everybody looks at Bobby Slowick and say, "God damn, Slowick, where did you come up with that? That was amazing. What a great offensive scheme you came up with this week."
Y'all really put 50 on the Falcons.
Y'all put 50 on the Falcons. Y'all put up 50 on the Falcons, and y'all, it was wonderful how you distributed the ball around. So I think it's gonna be another good offensive week. All we got to do is scheme up a good defensive stop to get those guys on the ground. Can't miss any tackles. I think it's an interior defensive stop game. And if we can stop their run game, I think we blow these guys out.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I think this is the most crucial game for the defense of the season so far, based on the matchup, because this team is. I know we played Jacksonville. I know we played the Ravens, and the Colts and everything. But this specific team, the Falcons, are really good at something that we're really bad at. They're the best run game team that we've played so far. And so the fact that this will be the biggest test, that's why I feel like it's the biggest test for the defense this game so far. It'll kind of test their mettle and test their their will, because if we can even halfway slow down Atlanta's run game, because they're not going to score a lot of points. I don't think Atlanta's going to score more than 10 or 13 points. They're not going to score a lot of points because I just feel like if we're able to halfway slow them down, we can take advantage of it, create turnovers. We've had a turnover in every game we played so far. Let's continue the trend. And let's give our media golden child, CJ Stroud, a chance to turn up and put some points on the board. I'm hoping we can put another 30 burger and make that a trend that we just putting 30 on everybody.
Yes.
It don't matter.
If we put 14 or 13 up early,
yeah, it's over.
it's over because
They
don't
can't
have
they can't
they
run
don't
the
have
ball.
the offense to play from
Play-
behind, and they're gonna, when I say scrap the run game, Bijan will still be part of the offense from
Yeah,
a
'cause he's still
receiver
catch the
type
ball now.
standpoint, but they
Yeah.
won't be trying to run. They'll be trying to play catch up, and that's what happens to them.
That's when
Right.
the turnovers will come into play too.
Yeah.
Not really. Like, we've seen the blueprint from Atlanta. I mean, we saw it especially last year and early on this year. Especially last year. Even when they're down 2 scores in the second half, well, we need to keep running the ball. They do not want to put the ball in Desmond Ritter's hands.
They tried
And-
last week. What I'm saying is that when the Jags went up early 17-0,
Right.
they were chasing points. That's what I'm saying is the Packers, how they wound up winning that game was their defense got kind of lackadaisical. I don't think that will happen with us. We kind of get into a lull in a period, but if you put
It's
up
always the second half.
14 to 17 points on them, they will fold because
Yeah.
Arthur Smith is going to continue to try to run, and then he'll all of a sudden try to let Ritter throw here and there, and that's when you pick him off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of injuries, so we can have Tavierre Thomas coming back, Cameron Johnston coming back,
Ooh, Bill Burr.
Titus
thank you.
Russell coming back, Denzel Perryman coming back. It seems like the team is pretty much healthy. I think the only people that are still out is Juice Scruggs still on IR. Josh Stingley is on IR. Josh Jones is out this week. Christian Harris is unexpectedly out. He got a concussion. He's out this week. And hopefully Shaquille Griffin plays. He's questionable, but we'll see about that. But I want to talk about CJ Stroud and his media tour on the Pat McAfee show. Dan Orlovsky slobbering at the mouth over CJ Stroud, and the list goes on and on. Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark and them on First Take, and Shannon Sharp. All those personalities are just showing love to Houston finally. Even what is his name? Kay Adams, is that her name?
Yeah, Kay Adams.
Is shouting out CJ Stroud on a weekly basis. So
Well, Ryan Clark is close to CJ and them anyway because their relationship pivot and everything, and so they already had a relationship. So I expect for him to speak on him. But I am surprised with the others that have jumped on it so quickly. It's kind of like they act like they didn't pretend that they had Bryce as the golden child, and CJ was the one that was gold struggle. I just find it funny when folks sit back and say, "Well, look what we're doing." I've never, and I'm gonna say it again, and I've been a fan since inception. I ain't never saw nobody talk about our offense, our quarterback as something to look at and admire. We're usually being the jokes or a player here and there, but to sit back and say, look what the Texans are doing with their offense. Look what they're doing with their old line when everybody is struggling across the league, and to say, damn, this young man hasn't thrown an interception yet.
I need them to stop saying that shit because that's gonna.
Here's the thing is real. If it's gonna happen, I'd rather this game it happen and get the goddamn thing out of the way. But I really wanted to break Cam's record of 399. But I do want them to get it out of the way so they can stop saying it. But
That's
I'm gonna enjoy the ride.
The trickle down effect is real because Derek just posted Amy Adams. I'm calling Amy Adams Kay Adams. Kay Adams had Nico on her show today for an interview. So I mean, even Nico Collins, who was an afterthought. Nico Collins is getting love now too. So
He's
shout
number
out to.
one in yards. He's averaging 19.8 or something a
I
catch.
wonder
Yeah, that's
how he's doing that, man. Somebody got to be some amazing quarterback got to be
Hey,
getting
but
him the
somebody
football.
told me it didn't matter who the quarterback was. Nico was what he was because we hadn't seen anything in 2 years.
But this goes to show, man. As much shit as I know me specifically when I talk shit about Will Anderson, like I even coming into this season, I say, you know what, I got to sit back. I'm just gonna let him play out the first 3 years and see what he comes out. After the third year, then I can be like, okay, you are who you are after your third year. And this is Nico's third year. So we'll find out, if this is really Nico, and I think somebody was saying on the chats, should we extend Nico Collins? No, we wait till after next year
Yeah.
to pay him because ain't no way in hell.
Yeah, him and Gennard
out.
got to do at least one more year for me to
Yeah, shout out to.
It depends if he's willing to not to quote unquote get paid too. If he's willing to get paid like a number 2, because I don't mind playing him a little bit early.
His agent ain't gonna do that.
Or take a friendly team contract.
Right. I hate to say the team friendly deal per se, but I'm just saying is if he's not the top tier number 1, so no, it's not gonna be that kind of money, but I have no problem paying him.
So
this is the thing.
Here's the reason why I have a thing is we complain that we let talent walk out the damn door. Well, and the problem you have is if you wait till he gets the free agency, now you're in a bidding war. Why do that? If you got homegrown talent,
so this is the thing.
If he gets 95 catches, he won't wide receiver one.
Yeah, hold on, but let me say this. Nico Collins still has 1 more year left, and you still have the right because you can franchise tag him, so you can prevent him from going to free agency. So and work out an extension. My thing is, we've seen too many times players have a flash in the pan where they have a so-called breakout season, and they get paid or something happens, and then you never see them live up to that potential again. I la Robbie Anderson or Chosen Anderson or whatever.
Kenny Galladay.
Okay, but I guess my difference.
Kenny Galladay is another one who
Corey
had a
Davis.
I mean, the list goes on.
But Nico flashed here and there last year. I can't.
But Swan, you can say that for all of those guys. Corey Davis, like Chris just said, is the one where in Tennessee he would have a game or two where you were like, damn, he got some talent. And then next thing you know, he got paid and now the Jets can't get rid of him.
Right, but if you draft the guy and if he's showing in his third year, when you got a franchise quarterback that he is playing like that, you pay him. You don't overpay, but you pay him. Why draft guys to let them walk out the door? That's just me.
Well, I mean, who's to say he's walking out the door because the team is in control.
We don't have a 5th year option, so that means we got to tag you, which means we're going to be paying him to tag
in 2024, 2025.
Right, but I'm saying
we got time there.
No, we don't have time because you got to look at the guys that we've drafted. At some point, some of these guys are going to need to be paid.
Right.
But my thing is, if he's projected to have 95 yards, 1,200 yards, whatever. I know we are going to go with the situation like 1,200 yards, 1,200 yards. He's not going to sign a team friendly deal. He gonna want to get that wide receiver one money.
So we gonna pay. So some folks want to pay, and I ain't saying no name. So it's okay to go pay a T Higgins.
No, I'm not saying don't pay him. I'm just saying that y'all want somebody to he'll take a friendly deal at the end of this year to extend him. I don't think he's gonna go for that. I think he's gonna go for the big money.
But you try it. You go into it saying, "Hey, I like to negotiate with you."
So let me say this: what a team friendly deal with the wide receiver market that y'all talking about, that what it is right now is in the range of like $14 to $15 million per year, and you pay him that kind of money, and then he doesn't live up to the hype or even gets close to it. Now you're sitting up here saying, "Damn, we paying Nico Collins, who just fell off the face of the earth, and we paying him $15 million."
Why would to fall off the face of the earth?
But I mean, he's
See.
only played 4 great games so far
Right.
in his
That's
career.
why.
And
in
it
a
ain't even
3-year career.
4
I
great
said if he
games.
do the
It's
whole
like 2.
season, if he
Right.
finished the season like this, I want to lock him up. I don't want to
So
find
does he?
myself
Does he have 2 more? He has 1 more year after this year.
Yeah.
He has one more year.
Yeah. So you don't need to pay him till after next year.
No, okay,
No,
there you
I
go.
think you start negotiations
Thank
after
you.
the season.
Find
and
out where you
that's if
are.
he maintains this type of pace. If he falls off,
Right.
it's a different conversation. But
Exactly.
if the chemistry is on point with him and Stroud, like it's been so far, and they're cooking, and he ends up with 15 plus 100 yards, like it looks
Shit,
like he's going to do.
1,300. I'm still looking
Right,
at having a
yeah, like-
conversation.
To the point where it's not okay. We have to sign him right now, but let's open communication. Let's see if there's a deal to be had where you can lock him up.
We got to learn from our mistakes.
But but Swan, that's a different conversation that we're having. The conversation we're having is that the premise that we got from you is that you're saying sign him this
right, but it's
offseason to
a
the
conversation
extension.
and y'all come to
But-
something.
but
Why not sign him?
But the thing about it is you start the conversation and you can have a deal in place. And let's say, okay, we got a deal in place, but let's see what you do in the house, next season, and then we'll give you the extension middle of the year.
I wouldn't do that.
And
see, that's
middle of the year next year.
what happens, and this how we wind up without the other guy.
But
If
how
you got him,
at the end of the day, Swan, you're not going to lose Nico.
you don't know
Yeah,
that.
Nico not going nowhere, man.
You're not going to lose Nico. If Nico is who you think he is, and everybody, he's going to if you franchise tag him, you franchise tag him.
Okay,
It is
why
what it is. You're not losing him.
Okay, here's my thing is why franchise tag him if you can get him at a good deal? Like I said, I'll open a conversation up after this year if he stays on pace of what he's doing. And if y'all can come to something, you sign him. I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, let me wait till the end of the following year. Shit changes all the time.
But what if he says he's going? He doesn't want to sign.
What's
Okay,
a good deal for you, Swan? What, 3 years, 40? 3 years, what?
If he didn't want to stay here, then
I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Brandon?
I said, what would be a good deal for you? Like 3 years, 40 million, or what?
A per year deal.
Oh, hold up. Well, 3 years, 40 mil would be
Like in
12.
that 12, 13 range.
Yeah, it's around that 12 to 15.
That'll be great for us, but Nico ain't
yeah, I would think he would want it like about 15, 16 mil.
Correct.
And I wouldn't have a problem
That's
doing
too
that.
much.
No, I don't have a problem for a guy I drafted to pay him that.
That's too much.
That's not too much. Oh, but we'll pay 20-some million plus for T. Higgins, and we don't know what the hell that person is going to do
No,
if you try to pair him.
I wouldn't pay $26 million for T. Higgins. That's a lot of money too.
I guess my thing is I'd rather hold on to homegrown talent that is producing than turn around and overspend, because you do overspend in free agency. I don't care who it is. You overspend in free agency, or I'm turning around drafting again, waiting to develop. If your quarterback has a good chemistry with him, why do you not keep that weapon for him?
What's his past contract look like?
He's still in rookie deal.
Yeah, so he's
not even getting $1 million this year.
Right, so he's going to get about 15 mil or so, because think about it, he's a 3rd round pick, so he didn't get any money.
Well, I'm finna go give him.
Your thing is you're front loaded.
I'm finna go give him $10 to $12 million at the most.
So he can get that more.
And I'm gonna bring him back, and I'm gonna let him know that you do this for the next 3 years. You get a new contract after 3 years. We'll come back. You keep balling the way you say you're balling.
A low balling.
1 year, and we'll up you a better deal.
Chris, he gonna say no to that, Chris.
Thank you. I would too. I'll tell y'all, fuck y'all, let go.
Okay, but that's
see if you get
and
more
then there we
than
go,
12 million.
starting all over again.
You're not gonna find nobody for 12 million. You can go right now. You can take that $15 million. We take that $15 million and go get you a real deal number one.
But we getting off track.
Real deal number ones cost more than that.
Right, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna spend 15 on a number 2 wide receiver, number 3 wide receiver, why not just
operating like a 1?
Hold on.
Yeah, we getting off track because we going back.
Okay, I got you.
Conversation.
Sorry, AD.
We had the last time about what is a number 1 receiver and all that. So let's get back on track. Because CJ Stroud it's making everybody look like a number one receiver.
Correct.
And then let's talk about these number one receivers versus the Falcons, and what are y'all key matchups y'all want to see versus the Falcons, and see what we can kind of prevail. I know we spoke on a few, but I want to hear y'all thoughts on what y'all specific matchups y'all want to see in this game.
I want to know how many interceptions Steven Nelson has on Sunday.
Steven Nelson versus Drake London, or who? Who you think he going?
All of the above against Desmond Ridder, really.
Our secondary versus Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, that's a win for Texans at this point. At this point, I'm going Chris like Chris earlier. I think at this point, our secondary versus anybody is not going to be a push or we win.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Swan, you got any matchups you want to speak on?
Our D-line versus Bijan Robinson.
Look, Chris, what you got?
I think it's I want to see our linebackers versus their tight end. I know a lot has been said about Kyle Pitts not playing up to his standards or the draft standards that he was drafted at, and you kind of see it. His effort is a little bit off, so that could be an advantage to us where we can step in and make some plays, maybe on some tip balls and get some interceptions while he's targeted. So I say our linebackers versus their tight ends.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Jonnu Smith quietly had a good game last week for them.
Yeah, that's his name. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I want to see. Number one, I want to see Will Anderson go against. I think their right tackle is McGarry. He struggled a little bit this year. Also, obviously their cornerbacks. They got two top cornerbacks. I want to see Tank and Nico eat on both of them. They got Oduka and Terrell. I think we could still get them open. And how Bobby Slowik's who's the next guy up? If they are taken out of the game, or if they take Nico out, or if they focus on Tank, take one of them out, how are we going to get the ball to the playmakers? Who are we going to expose? Are we going to Dalton Schultz was thrown up, or is it going to be Brett Bridgewater? Who's it going to be? Who's the playmaker going to be if the two cornerbacks lock us up?
For my thing is I don't fear the old line at all. So I think that Gennard, Will, and it's going to eat. And I'm not really worried about Bijan Robinson because I think that D'Amico's going to game plan. And my big consideration is D tackles, but I don't think the old line is going to give me enough push for my D tackles to go back. I think they can scheme it up with Bijan, maybe get 50 yards, and he might get one touchdown from throwing the ball. But I have no fear of anybody on that offense, including Bijan.
What about Lindstrom? But yeah, their right guard's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, but we seen this D line as bad as I think it is, still get some pressure on these guys, and you still have two up and coming edge rushers that can seem to every now and then get double teamed. If you keep double teaming Will, somebody's got to eat eventually. And this old line to me doesn't do it for me. Yeah. And I see the Jags beat the dirt off them, and we're clearly better than the Jazz overall. So I think that there's no one on this offense and our defense that gives me any fear.
Yeah,
go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, who are the two good up and coming edge rushers?
Gennard and Will Anderson.
Oh, what was that first name?
He still got to prove it. I ain't gave
That's somebody that's about to get paid. Hey, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but I think he got 4 sacks this year so far.
We know Mike is the stats guy.
Yeah, Jerry Hughes has been making plays too. I mean, and the edge rusher out of TCU, Dylan Horton too. Man, we got a unit there. We need.
Hey, let's shout out to the Jules on Dylan Horton. Jules was up there about the bus on Dylan Horton when we drafted him.
I'm telling you, if Gennard walks and we don't pay him, either he going inside, he going that right side. He's gonna be the rushing or the strong right end because he can do both.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna pay Gennard, to be honest.
Do y'all pay Gennard over Collins?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
But I don't think we'll sign Gennard. I don't know why. I just don't think.
Malik.
You say who?
Oh,
you say?
You mean Nico?
Malik Collins?
Nico.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Nico.
If
The
if
wide
it,
receiver.
if it was me, I'll cut every D tackle we got on the goddamn roster at this point.
No, I'm saying if Nico Collins, the wide receiver,
Oh, Nico
Oh,
Collins.
Nico.
and Grenard about to get paid, and they can only pay one.
We're beating the hell out of teams we were supposed to not beat, according to anybody outside of Houston. And y'all want to tear this roster down?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
No, I'm
get
trying to
that.
build
We
it
think
up.
we developing and we want to get rid of folks. We don't want to pay
I'm
them.
not trying to get rid of nobody. I'm just saying,
We got money, so there's no reason why you can't pay both.
okay, well, then let's pay both. I
But
just don't.
we ain't got a black card. We got a green card. You
Yeah,
know,
we ain't got
Express.
unlimited.
We got the green American Express. We ain't got the black one. We ain't got the black American Express. So maybe
But-
we may have the silver. We ain't got the black though. We ain't got the black.
So
Hey, excuse me.
if I
We
had to-
paid. Hold up. We paid 2 tackles and a right guard. Yeah, we can. Because
We
folks
on
said we
unlimited.
could pay 2 tackles.
You gotta call home and get that limit from the wifey.
Hey, but
Hey,
Hannah ain't
if
got
I
no
had
problem
to,
with
but
it.
if
Hannah
I had
good
to
with
pick a division or a matchup, I wouldn't mind seeing the safeties versus Bijan and the
Yeah.
linebacker versus Bijan. That's
in
my
open space. Yeah,
Yeah.
my that's one of my keys to the game, and I said it earlier. Tackle, wrap up, tackle. I don't want to see Bijan bouncing back and
Yep.
going the opposite way and going 75 yards down the field because Toa couldn't wrap his hands around Bijan.
And
I don't want to see Bijan make goddamn Jimmy Ward touch earth in the open field. You know, I don't want to see any of those type of things. You know, I want to see the Texans gang tackle. I want to see the swarm. This is the perfect opportunity
That's
for
one.
the Texans to swarm and play swarming defense and be around the football, man.
And I might be wrong. And Chris, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't want to see
You wrong. You
Malik Collins do any spin moves this game.
Man, you
He
Jules,
don't have to do
got-
any
he got-
spin moves. Hell, he ain't got to get to the quarterback. You just got
But see,
to.
but he's a pass rushing D tackle.
Jules,
Yeah.
Malik Collins spins regardless.
Locker
He
room.
spins on run plays. He spins on pass
And that's my point.
spin on
Because
screens. He spin on everything.
and that's my point. And I don't give a damn how fast you spin, unless you're Dwight Freeney, you lose sight of your lane and your responsibilities. And he don't win. It'd be wrong. I'll be wrong if he win them.
I think what we're gonna see is we're gonna see Petrie. Yeah, we're gonna see Petrie and Jimmy Ward popping the shit out of Robinson hole
Right.
before he gets out the hole, because they're not gonna be scared of playing deep and having to cover these guys when you got guys like Nelson and the guys that can cover deep in their own half. You got to catch Robinson before he gets out of the hole, man. Pause.
And who's the backup running back?
Who's the backup what?
Running back.
For who?
Tyler Algier.
Yeah, Tyler Algier. They got 3. They got Tyler Algier and Patterson is coming back this game.
Yeah, Cordell.
You have one
Hey,
that-
is Perryman
number-
coming
number
back
one
for us?
running
He's a
back
good
ever
run
beats
stopper.
us.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
always the backup running back that beats us.
And Algier, and then to be honest, they love Arthur Smith for whatever has a fascination with Tyler Algier, and Tyler's gonna have more carries than Bijan.
No, he won't.
Bijan could have 100 yards, 150 yards rushing, but Tyler Algier is gonna get the carries. They're gonna make sure Tyler Algier gets the
They've made that shift.
They have
The first couple of weeks they did, but over the last couple of weeks, Algier's carries have gone down because they're starting to realize, hey, this is kind of dumb, right?
but he can't get rid of Tyler Algier though.
No, he'll still have a role.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big role.
But my point was, the second running back does more damage to us than the first running back.
On most teams, right?
Yeah. Like last game, it was who was starting running back last week?
It was Najee, but Warren had the biggest run out of the whole game.
Remember, it was Tank Bixby.
Are you talking about the Jags? Yeah,
The Jags.
Bixby did more than Etienne.
Right.
But you know, I think it's all about the open field.
It's the open field.
It's the open field, like because there's going to be runs where they get past our front. It's almost inevitable. But what is our back end? What are the linebackers and what are the secondary going to do as far as like stopping them from going? What you say, Mike?
Mike Collins not spinning and
You
playing his
said
goddamn lane.
Bigsby. Y'all were acting like Bigsby had the bigger game. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying it seemed like the RB2
88 yards to 10. What are we talking about? And then
It was
50
feeding.
receiving yards, and I don't even see a catch for Bigsby. What?
I'm not saying they killed us. I just saying that it's a second running back that seems to do more damage. Not saying they won the game for them. They saying they do the most damage. I know what? Just for that shit, go Aggies. I hope they run through the whole fucking road tide. Keep playing with me.
Hey, thanks and gig 'em. Thanks and gig 'em.
I was rooting for you, motherfucking road.
That's a good stat, Derek. Thank you. Last game, Bijan had 14 carries for 105, and Tyler had 7 for 16.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Shut me the fuck up.
We're gonna see.
Hey,
And one juke play he put on ESPN on one of them linebackers that was dead.
Okay, Cal, Killer Cal from Homestead, Cal. What up, Killer Cal? Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, ask a question, Killer Cal.
Go ahead and type it in the chat, man.
Smokehouse, Triple J, Smokehouse.
Listen up, Killer Cal. We only got 45 minutes on here.
Hey, when does Will Anderson get his first official touchdown?
I don't know. He had 2 weeks in a row. He should have had one on that blocked field goal. He should have ran it back. I don't know what happened with it. I guess he was playing with butter before the game because he couldn't pick that ball up for shit. It just kept rolling, and then that of course that touchdown they called back. I know the replay showed the knee was down. I still feel like they should have just gave us that touchdown.
They should just gave it to him.
Yeah, it just gave. But
Yes,
I do want to say this, man. I do need I need Will Anderson to make something happen. I need he can't have another game like he had against the Steelers. He has to have an impact game. Whether it's tackle for losses in the backfield, whether it's because he's getting a lot of stall, rushes and stuff, and I need him to kind of break that cycle because the way it's trending is going to be a kind of a lackluster game year for Will Anderson, and it's going to start the narrative like we gave up all these picks to this motherfucker who ain't have about 5 sacks the whole damn year.
I mean, all those pressures are nice, but you got to put up some sack numbers.
Yeah, I look pressure rate, and win rate, pass rush win rate. All of those stats are great, but if you don't produce the stats behind it, it means absolutely nothing.
I can't stand people who start the damn narrative talking about giving up all them picks for one guy.
Yeah, we know who that was.
Hey man, but I'm gonna defend Will right now. If I can get any D tackle to get more pressure inside to allow Will to have one-on-ones, he probably have a little more pressure and a lot more sacks. But them D tackles are horrible against the run and pass. They don't get no inside pressure.
I don't know,
Malik
Collins, come on, man.
Getting to that quarterback, man.
We need definitely a consistent game record at that position. I agree with that.
Yeah, he does
I'm not going to say Malik and Sheldon are like terrible. Like, because let's not forget we had Roy Lopez there for a while.
Yeah, but let's not blame Will's inability to get to the quarterback on Malik.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm not saying I'm blaming them, but if they don't get enough pressure from me to collapse the pocket.
For the number 3 overall draft pick.
Well, see, but don't forget when Nick Bosa and that whole scheme, they have D tackles that's pushing the go back and allowing the outside rush to get to them. They're not even pushing the back.
Will has been the most effective with those stunts and them stun him inside. I think to me the best, if I want to pinpoint it, the best stunts that work for Will is when you have Horton on the inside and you stun with him and Horton, and you still have that pressure from Horton rushing on the outside against the tackle, and then you have Will dominating the guard on the inside with the speed to power. So I really want to see them kind of utilize that, and I really wish Dylan Horton would get more snaps than what he's been getting, because Jerry Hughes had that one save, but Dylan Horton has been outplaying the hell out of
And he's getting better pushes
Jerry
in middle.
Hughes. And so I really wish they can do that. I told y'all this in the spaces during our season. Hell, we drafted him. If he can win, if he's a Hall of Famer unblocked, do everything you can to make sure Will Anderson is fucking unblocked. And like, do what you can. I don't give a damn. I just want to see him make the plays. I just want to see him be productive. I just want to see him, win at the end of the day. I just want to see Will Anderson win. So, that's one of my keys, is that Will Anderson needs to make an impact play this game, and I need to see something.
So what was Killer Cal's question?
I don't know. Killer Cal act like he forgot how to type. So I don't know what's going on, Killer Cal. Going once, going twice. We're gonna move on. But it's y'all know what time it is right now. It's score prediction time. We finally made it to that point. I'm gonna start with the guest, Brandon. I need your score prediction for this game on Sunday.
Man, I'm gonna stay in the 30s. So I'm gonna go 34. 17 Texans.
Ooh,
I think it's another blowout.
Wasn't that my score prediction for the Steelers game?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Something like that.
I was 24-17, I think. Or
17. You love that 17, Brandon.
Yeah, I like that 17.
Hold on. Brandon gave us a score prediction.
34-17 Texans.
Okay. Let me say this. Cal finally got his question. What do you guys feel about giving Jonathan Taylor a contract? No, absolutely not.
You got to trade for him first.
You got to trade for him, and I'm not paying Jonathan Taylor.
He ain't been healthy since yet.
I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling just to see what they're trying to get.
What is that? What does that contract look like?
Man, you remember they turned down Miami's deal, or what were they asking? They wanted
They're
Waddle
not
from
gonna
Miami.
trade in the division.
Hold on, if we can fleece their cooked up
Oh,
owner,
come on.
fleece
He's
them.
not. No, come on. Can we be realistic?
Hey, Swan. Hey, it's all we need is one good day that white powder's dripping down from his nose.
Okay, Ballard is not the one that you got.
I know, but Jim Irsay will. Jim
No,
Irsay
he is not
Jim
trading in the
Irsay.
division.
But
All I'm saying is I'm making the call.
I wouldn't.
See what's up. But no, realistically,
waste of phone call.
that's not an option.
I'd make the call for Kyle Pitts. I mentioned that last week.
Although if we do somehow make that call and we fleece them, Colts fans, just want y'all to know you'll never hear the end of it. So
I'm not even entertaining that conversation. Go ahead. Swan.
I'm not even. I mean, that's not.
we get them for a fifth.
Go ahead, Swan. Go and get your prediction out of here.
Yeah, what's your score?
I have 27-13.
Okay. Good touchdown.
Yeah, I should have gone first so it didn't sound like I'm copying somebody. But I do have the Texans 31-17. We're continuing the trend.
Chris, what's your score?
Well, if I look down the list of the Texans, the Falcons season, they started off with a victory over the Panthers 24-10.
Mm-hmm.
They also beat the Packers 25-24. The next 2 weeks, they did something, and I don't know what they did, but it's not been working. They lost to the Lions 20-6, and then last week they lost to the Jags 23-7.
Don't steal my thunder. Don't steal.
I watched a little bit of the Jags.
Don't steal my number.
Yeah, go first. You're welcome to go first, brother.
Okay, since you long-winded, I'll go first.
No, I'll just let you go. I don't want you, to take your thunder from me.
I'm gonna say 41-3.
Yeah,
41-3.
What?
Damn.
Wow.
Oh, the hell on.
Hold up. You think that Bijan is not gonna get in the end zone?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what kind of
Is this a 1,200-yard guy?
I don't know what kind of thunderstorm he driving through, but
Texas Underground said 27-17.
Yeah. And Killer Cal say 30-13.
Yeah, I'm guessing 38. I'm guessing we can put up. Well, let me back that down. 34 points we can put up. 30. Let me call it 35. 35. Let me go 35, and I can see the Falcons getting a rushing touchdown.
2 field goals.
I can see them returning a kick and getting stopped, and then putting up 2 field goals. So that'll be them 6, and that'll be 12.
You carry the 4.
13, carry
Five,
The last 2 games, they scored 13 points combined.
I say 35 to 13.
I can live with that one.
I
So
think
this
I think they're going to get a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and the rest will be 2 field goals.
That's because you still love Bijan. That's why.
Yeah, is
Let
that
me
the
say,
a touchdown for
No.
Algier?
No, I
Is
said
that who gets
Bijan.
it?
Because you still love Bijan. That's why.
That's the UT. That's the UT love.
They ain't no
right
UT.
there.
That dude is ill. Okay,
She got Bijan on all her fantasy teams. So
not all.
she got,
Three to four. 3 to 4. She got it.
Mike in the chat talking about fire Nick. Okay.
Who was in the head doing
Bring
that?
his ass out.
Hey, I said
You
it.
better
I
not
said it
cheer when he
earlier.
scored that touchdown either.
If it's a
Look,
blowout, I
said
am. Hold up, I need to get his points.
See, that's
But
why
I want to
Wow.
win.
That's the
That's what I'm
problem.
talking about right there. Y'all
That's
see
the
that?
problem. But let me
Y'all see
say this. I said it earlier. I think we need to keep the trend of putting 30 points up a game. I think it's gonna be 31 to 10. I'm predicting 31 to 10. So I think I was, kind of close last game, with
What did
with
you have
score
last game?
prediction.
You Texas fans, well feeling yourself.
Hey, I think last game I had 34 to 13 or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
So
so you were close then, yeah.
But yeah, let's keep the trend going. Let's put another 30 burger on them, and let's go ahead and knock this out 31-10. I think we all agree that the Texans clearly are the better team, and they clearly should win this game. Jacoby in the chat saying he predicting 30 ball as well. Then Mike is saying 28-14 Texans. That's that generic ass. Ain't nobody gonna kick no damn
No field goal.
Knowing damn well that ain't never happened in the damn Texan game. We always kick a damn field goal.
Hey, we need to write the scores down. You didn't write them down? Are you writing them down, AD, or what?
It's recorded. I just had to play it back.
Hey, who's the worst quarterback? Kenny Pickett or Ritter?
Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter.
Okay, but Ritter gonna score. Ritter Pickett didn't score points against us. Brent scored points against us. Y'all think Ritter gonna score 14 points against us?
Ritter
Score at the end of the
yeah,
game.
Ritter has better weapons than what Pickett had.
And he can't do shit with though.
So.
He's a horrible. Davis Mills had.
They're gonna score a touchdown. If not I don't think they scored a touchdown in the first half. I think the touchdown comes in the second half. Whenever we come out of the boxes, and it seems like we always the lucky team to play defense and start of the second half.
Yep.
And they come out with their game plan and they get down the field, and I think that's when they score a touchdown. But
Yeah, the past 3 games have been like that.
Yeah, because they run down the field the first drive, the second half, and they
that's
score.
close, Harris. Yeah, that's close, Harris. 27-23. But
Yeah, get him out the paint. Get him out the paint.
Hey, Jules, if we really do beat them up,
I think it's a secret agent that's in here.
if we really do blow them out 41-3, you need to go buy a lottery ticket.
I'm telling you. I mean, like I said, I'm been reserved for the time being.
That ain't reserved.
And they keep now. But for the past couple, I have them lose against the one team. I've been reserved because I want my team to probably. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Who is this Mike Williams?
That's Mike.
They give me fired up.
You didn't get it from the whole fire Casario?
No, I wasn't looking.
Hey,
I don't know. I know. This is the game that justifies the win from last week. Last week we beat we beat the Steelers. A lot of people were surprised that we won. If we win this game this week, now people start justifying who we are and start having to put us in our rightful position.
Right. This is a statement game from yesterday, last game.
Do we move in the top 10 if we smoke them?
Right. And then I think that next game in New Orleans, without looking forward too far,
Why you keep saying in New Orleans? We here.
what I'm saying versus New Orleans, Swan. Versus New Orleans, here in Houston, technically here in Houston, versus New Orleans. If you win that game, then you're talking about them removing us from that lower level group of football teams and now places us in a
Top 10.
playoff potential position. And that's what we fucking belong, man. That's what
What Harris say? Future AFC champs, AFC South
yeah,
champs.
man. That's what we trying to get to, man.
That's what we're trying to get.
Man. We got to beat these Falcons, man. Falcons are a speedy team. They're janky, too, because they can put up a lot of points. They're known to, like, all of a sudden just throw up a bunch of points in one game out of the year. So we've got to hold. Yeah, we got to hold these. No, the Falcons.
I'm going to have to check out that Ritter interception prop.
Yeah. We gonna see, but look, if Tavier Thomas playing with a goddamn club and Perriman playing with a club, I don't think too many interception shit.
Hey, they can battle down. Tip. Hey, tip.
Will Anderson, he's due.
That's it.
Tip drills.
Hey,
Tip
Will
drills,
Anderson.
baby.
Look, if Will Anderson have a JJ Watt interception touchdown,
man.
Well, they stole it from him last week.
Jimmy gonna get a pick. He got a fumble last week. He gonna get a pick this week.
Hey, he's gonna shock everybody. Toe is gonna get a pick.
Ooh.
Oh man, here we go.
Here we go with that damn.
He ain't very fast.
If he does, I'm gonna clip this.
Hey, is Cashman back?
Damn.
Yeah, Cashman wasn't hurt. Cashman got hurt in the game, but he came back and played.
Yeah, because I didn't hear much Cashman name last game.
He made a hell of a play at the beginning of the game against Fairmont.
Right.
On the pass breakup. That's one of the keys too. Is him being able to cover those tight ends. So him being able to cover Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts, I think is going to be a big deal.
And spine on Bijan.
But I digress, man. We all got the Texans winning, taking this game, and one more week before the bye. So if we can win, get out of here at the bye at 4-2. We looking up, but right now we focusing on being 3-2 and taking down the Falcons. And I want to, say the Houston Texans, we coming as always. We coming. But shout out again to our special guest Brandon and Auntie Swan. Appreciate y'all for coming on, and I want to shout out my co-hosts C-Raw, Jules, Mike G. Appreciate everybody. This has been another episode. This is your boy AD. This has been another episode of the H-Town Rundown. And we'll holler at y'all on the next episode, man. Peace.
Until I lay down.
Like, share, and subscribe.
I didn't go.
Boy.